Shalom, Parashat Yitro, the parasha of the Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 utterances at Mount Sinai, and one of the first ones, tells us, Lo ta'aseh lecha pesel, you shall not make for yourself a sculpted image. What does it mean? What does it mean beyond the interdiction, the prohibition of, making images of the divine? For the Hasidic master Me'er Shiloach, it's pointing to actually our own relationship with existence. So he's saying, pesel, hints to any form of kind of achieved form, something that's perfected and that you cannot touch anymore. And he says in life, nothing exists this way. Nothing exists in the human world that is perfected and that cannot be touched and that cannot be changed anymore. And he's giving the example of this story in Ruth Rabbah, in the Midrash and the book of Ruth, with Caesar, the Roman emperor, and Rabbi Hanina, where Caesar says, I can do a Torah too. I'll do a Torah, just like Moshe. Okay, I'll decree that from now on, for 3 days, nobody can light a fire, right? With respect to Shabbat, where we can't light a fire during 25 hours. And then suddenly he sees fire rising from the house. And he says, why did you do that? Your rules prohibit you from doing this. And they say, yes, but saving a life is more important than Shabbat. And we had to save a life and we had to light a fire. And this is a deep teaching for us to remember that we humans cannot pretend we've found perfect solutions and perfect systems that cannot be moved. That only the wisdom of Torah, reminds us the Me'er Shiloach, is wide enough to contain even contradiction. And he says Torah can contradict itself because there is a deep understanding that there are things in life that are going to force us to kind of move a little bit, shift our positions. And I'm reading this now in the light of the very, very difficult process of the release of the Israeli hostages and the price that Israel is paying for this. Seeing that basically there is here something about our principles of not negotiating with terrorists, per se, and not accepting, unfair deals that has been completely, passed over. We've had to kind of go beyond these rules because saving a life is more important than keeping some principles. And this is what we're learning now. So this is the great paradox that at the time where we're celebrating receiving a law and receiving rules, we remember that we cannot be rigid because there are great mysteries of life and circumstances in life that sometimes call us to reevaluate our priorities, our principles, and our principles of action. So this is really an invitation to kind of be both in this dedication to principles and also in this deep humility. And that is what it means to not make ourselves statues. I hope this speaks to you. May you have a beautiful, meaningful Parashat Yitro. Shabbat Shalom.